If you've ever felt like you're lacking motivation to do anything, but especially to go to the gym consistently and stick to a diet, you need to watch this. This is how I reset my dopamine so that I could have endless motivation to stick to a diet consistently and to go to the gym and train hard and heavy. It may seem like what I'm saying is pseudoscience, but this honestly worked for me. So I just want to put a disclaimer. This may or may not work for you, but this is what worked for me. Now, what do I mean by resetting dopamine is that your dopamine is like a battery. And if you're using it to constantly drain yourself through doom scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, or watching Netflix, or eating junk food, your battery is constantly drained. You want to train yourself so that battery is always full and ready to go to do things that you actually want to do. I'm going to talk about number 3 first, which was smoking. Now, I was addicted to nicotine. That was in any kind of form, like vape, cigarettes. If this video was about quitting smoking, then that would have been impossible. If it was easy to do, so many people would just quit straight up on the spot. So here's what I did. I realized that for me, smoking was a dopamine high, and more than the feeling of vaping or smoking a physical cigarette, I was addicted to the nicotine. So what you can do instead is getting that nicotine from much, much healthier sources. I'm not going to promote nicotine. I'm not going to promote smoking, but just for the point of this video, I'm going to tell you what I did and what helped me. So what helped me was Nicorette gum, Nicorette patches and Zen. These things gave me the nicotine without the smoking, without the vaping, but it gave me nicotine over a controlled amount of time. For example, with a Nicorette gum, it gives you a controlled release of nicotine in your body. Same with Zen. It gives you a slow release of nicotine in your body. You can choose how much nicotine you want to put in your body, and it releases it over a period of time. So what I was doing was I was going to the gym, I was having a Zen, I was rewarding myself with a nicotine very strategically after my gym session, and that was it. 1 a day. 10 milligrams of nicotine a day, which is much, much less than what I was smoking physically through cigarettes. So I did this, and it ended up working for me so well that I still do it till this day. And I know that, it's not the best for you, but this is what works for me. I'm still getting the nicotine. I'm still getting that high, but it's much healthier than smoking. It's much healthier than vaping, and it's much more controlled. I can control exactly how much nicotine is going in my body. When you're doing vaping, when you're smoking cigarettes, you just don't know how much nicotine you're actually putting in your body. You don't know how much you're actually, screwing up your natural dopamine levels. So that was number 1. Number 2 was junk food. Now, this was pretty easy. I'm not going to lie, this was one of the easiest things to do, was just to cut out eating junk food. Now, this relates to number 1, which I will get to, but if you can just stop eating any kind of junk, then that would greatly, greatly help with your dopamine levels. So what you want to do for the next 30 days, I know that junk food, it's not something that you can just give up forever. Life is short. You want to still enjoy foods, but it's all about controlling and it's all about balance. So what you want to do to completely reset your dopamine when it comes to junk food is for 30 days. 30 days, no junk food. Nothing. When I say junk, I mean chips. I mean any kind of fast food. You know what junk food is. But this relates to number 1, which I will get to very shortly. I'll explain why exactly this was so easy for me to do. Junk food isn't something that I even craved or wanted to eat, but sometimes when I would start binge eating, I would just eat everything. And coming to number 1, which is porn and masturbation. Now, this has been the biggest thing for me, is doing nofap. What you do is you just abstain from watching porn, you abstain from masturbating to porn, and what this does is it completely, resets your dopamine, because when you're watching that kind of content, what happens is your brain is wiring itself to desensitize it, and your dopamine levels get crushed every time you watch it because it's such a cheap dopamine high. So what you realize, what you notice is if you stop for even a week, you're going to have more motivation. I had more motivation. I haven't done it for weeks now. I haven't done it. I haven't craved it. And what I've noticed is I have so much motivation. All that energy that would have come out through the act of doing that is being channeled into my gym sessions now. I feel like I have way more motivation. And I know that a lot of people have spoken about it. A lot of people have said, there's no science behind this. I mean, there's not much research being done behind this, but I 100% stand behind nofap. I think it genuinely works, especially if you're a man. Abstaining from doing that, abstaining from watching that kind of content and using that energy in the gym, it makes you feel like a superhero. It makes you stronger. It made me stronger. I felt like I could deadlift, I did hit a new PR while I was doing it. So it genuinely helped me so much. And not just in the gym, not just with, being consistent with the gym, going and training hard, but also with a diet, because I was so motivated. I was so ready to go. This also helped me not to eat any junk food because it became so easy to stick to a diet now because I wasn't, I wasn't watching that or doing it. So try it. For the 30 days, I want you to stop. Don't do anything. Don't watch anything. And obviously, with sex, that's completely fine. That doesn't count in nofap. Nofap is just porn and masturbating. So with that, you want to make sure that you do not consume any kind of content, ideally forever, because I feel like now I don't crave it. I don't feel like doing it. And I'm so motivated every single day to wake up and go to the gym. And I don't know how this works. I don't know why it works like this, but it just worked for me. It worked for me a few years ago. It's working for me now. So if you can, for the next 30 days, not watch anything, not do anything, no junk food, and obviously no smoking or vaping, if you can stick to a much healthier choice for 30 days, do it for 30 days. And what you're going to see is you're going to become much more disciplined. You're going to become much more motivated to do anything that you set your mind to. For me, it was gym, it was getting work done, it was sticking to a diet. And now I just feel like every morning I can wake up, I'm ready to go to the gym. Every morning I wake up, I'm ready to meal prep and plan myself and just do everything. So that has been my secret to resetting my dopamine and to ensuring that I have endless motivation, because that's honestly how I feel right now. I feel like I have endless motivation to go to the gym, to eat healthy, like more than ever before. I just want to go to the gym. That's all I think about. And that's because I honestly believe that comes down to nofap. So give it a shot. For the next 30 days, reset your dopamine, no porn, no fap, no junk food, and no smoking or vaping.